Palantir is stabilizing its price today. The market is slowly recovering. People are keeping their eyes on the chart. Analysts are dropping massive bombshells. A value of $20 trillion is no joke. Nvidia CEO just shocked the whole Palantir community. Will we finally see the light at the end of the tunnel? Or is this something else? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Okay, today might not be the worst day for Palantir. After a rough patch, the stock has managed to catch a bit of a break, bouncing back slightly and hovering somewhere in the mid-80s. Sure, it's still in the red, but we're finally seeing little signs of life, a few glimmers of a potential recovery. And honestly, that's something to hold on to. It's not a massive jump, but even small steps in the right direction can bring a little relief. For those of us following Palantir closely, this feels like a much-needed breather. It's like the market is starting to ease up, giving the stock a chance to find its footing again. The overall atmosphere is slowly shifting, with a more bullish vibe creeping in. Analysts are paying close attention, watching for any signals that could point to a stronger comeback. Of course, it's still too early to call it a full recovery, but at least we're seeing some movement in the right direction. Could this be the beginning of a bigger push upward? Well, that's the big question, and we'll just have to watch and see how things play out. But here's the thing. One analyst took a deep dive into Palantir's chart, and let's just say he didn't hold back. He called it the poster boy of an overheated market, saying that when the stock was soaring, people were convinced it would just keep going, pushing valuations into the stratosphere. Then reality kicked in. And well, let's just say the market decided it had enough. Right now, it's all about key levels. The stock is kind of stuck in a tug-of-war between support and resistance. If the bears want to push it down further, they'll need to break through the levels that have been holding strong so far. On the flip side, if the bulls want to see a stronger rebound, those trend lines need to hold firm. It's basically a two-on-two showdown between buyers and sellers, with the stock caught in the middle. And this analyst? He's not too optimistic. He thinks support won't hold, and if that happens, Palantir could slide down toward the lower 70s before it finds enough momentum for a bounce. He's waiting for it to hit that sweet spot, where it looks oversold, before jumping back in for a potential swing trade. Oh, and here's something wild. Out of nearly 700 big-name stocks trading in the US, Palantir is the only one still sitting way above its long-term moving average, even after dropping over 30% from its peak. No other stock is in that position. Just goes to show how crazy overextended it was. And honestly, still kind of is. So yeah, the battle continues. The question is, which side is going to win? But wait, before you start thinking it's all doom and gloom, not everyone is bearish on Palantir. In fact, some analysts are still pretty bullish, and one even thinks the stock is on the verge of a breakout. He pointed out that key technical indicators are actually signaling an upward move. Basically, these momentum indicators are lining up perfectly with wave analysis, suggesting that Palantir might be gearing up for a rally, maybe even as soon as the next trading session. It's like all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, hinting that the stock could be ready to push higher. This analyst is tracking a few different scenarios, but the main idea? Palantir could be setting up for a move into the triple digits, following a specific pattern known as a flat ABC wave. There's also a chance it might dip slightly before taking off, but overall, everything he's looking at points to an upside move happening sooner rather than later. What's really interesting is that all the different wave counts he's analyzing, even though they have slight variations, are basically saying the same thing. Palantir is either at its bottom or extremely close to it. That kind of agreement across different methods makes the bullish case even stronger. So for investors and traders watching Palantir, the takeaway here is pretty clear. The setup is looking more like a launch pad than a trapdoor. Instead of expecting more heavy drops, this analysis suggests being prepared for an upward push. The way things are shaping up, a move toward higher prices could be right around the corner. Now the question is, who's going to be right? The bears calling for lower prices, or the bulls who see a breakout coming? But wait, there's even more good news. One analyst just pointed out something pretty wild. He revealed that Elon Musk and Doge have been slashing contracts left and right, canceling deals worth almost $1 billion with a bunch of big-name companies, mainly those fancy consulting firms that charge a fortune for steak dinners and flashy PowerPoint presentations. And guess what? Palantir wasn't on that list. Not a single contract was canceled. 0. That's a big deal. It means Musk sees real value in what Palantir brings to the table. He's not cutting them off like the others because Palantir actually delivers. Unlike those traditional firms that rely on polished sales pitches, Palantir's technology speaks for itself. It's built to handle massive amounts of data, make sense of complex problems, and provide real-world solutions. Things Musk, of all people, would appreciate. Think about it. Musk is all about efficiency, cutting waste, and keeping only what works. If Palantir was just another overpriced firm with fancy presentations, they'd be gone too. But they're not. They're still in the game, untouched, while others are getting the axe. That says a lot about how valuable their technology really is. So while other companies are scrambling after losing big contracts, Palantir is standing strong. And that's a huge vote of confidence. But here's the crazy part. It doesn't stop there. Nvidia's CEO just dropped some massive news that could be a game changer for Palantir. Jensen Huang, the guy leading Nvidia, said that the robotics era isn't some distant future. It's right around the corner. He made this bold claim during his CES keynote, and ever since, interest in robotics companies has been heating up. The problem? There aren't a lot of investable robotics stocks out there right now. But that's about to change as AI keeps advancing, making robots smarter, safer, and able to move seamlessly alongside humans. So, why is this a big deal for Palantir? Simple. Palantir's technology is all about data, AI, and making complex systems work together. And what do robots need? Exactly that. The more AI-powered automation grows, the more companies will need Palantir software to process mountains of real-time data and make split-second decisions. This is why Palantir's current price? Just temporary. We're barely at the starting line. The market might be shaky right now, but if you zoom out and look at where things are heading, it's clear. Palantir is positioning itself right in the middle of the next big wave. AI, automation, robotics, it all connects. And when this sector takes off, Palantir won't just be riding the wave, it'll be helping build it. So yeah, the short-term price swings, they don't tell the full story. We're just getting started. And here's the kicker. If you're still feeling nervous about Palantir's price, one analyst shared a perspective that might change the way you look at it. Yeah, the stock took a hit, dropping from the highs of around 125 to the mid-80s. But here's the thing. It's still up over the past few months. Even with all the dips, all the volatility, Palantir is still in the green over a solid stretch of time. That's the bigger picture most people miss. Stocks don't just move in a straight line up. They have pullbacks, corrections, and shakeouts, especially ones that have had huge runs like Palantir. A dip doesn't erase the fact that the trend is still up, and the fact that it's holding on to gains even after a drop? That says a lot about its overall strength. So sure, the short-term moves can be a little nerve-wracking, but step back for a second. Despite the ups and downs, Palantir is still outperforming, and if the long-term vision plays out, this might just be another bump in the road before the next leg up. So yeah, looking at the long term, Palantir seems to be gearing up for a pretty bright future. And not just bright, some analysts are downright hopeful. One even went as far as saying that Palantir is on its way to becoming a company worth over 20 trillion. Yeah, trillion with a T. And when it happens, Palantir's stock price will be around $8,700 per share. Now, of course, that's a bold prediction, and we're talking speculation here. But the fact that people are even having these conversations, that says a lot. It shows how much confidence there is in what Palantir is building. The company isn't just another tech stock. It's got real-world applications, serious government contracts, and a role in AI and data that's only growing. These kinds of massive predictions don't just come out of nowhere. They're based on the idea that if Palantir keeps scaling, keeps innovating, and keeps proving its value, there's no telling how big it can get. And the fact that the community is this optimistic, that alone speaks volumes. It's not just hype, it's belief in what's possible. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.